freedom of jail clips inserted. A baby's being born, same time a man is murdered. The beginning and end. As far as rap goes, it's only natural. I explain my plateau and also what defines my name.
Man, I've had these things for a good little while now, and they've never been used, ever. There's just wear and tear from just being in the toolbox and having stuff beat them up. So I'm gonna get some kind of use out of them right now. I forgot where I got them from, but I don't have to always use battery powered. Let's see. This is what I'm working with. Let's trim these up real quick. Give y'all a feel view. See that? And see that side. So here we go. That's the big one. Let's use the little one so it don't feel left out. You know, white bugs are aggravating. You can't really see them on camera. Darn, they aggravate you. Hold on. I'll doctor the rest of this up here off camera. Yep. These work just as fine, just as good as well. Just a little manual labor. And it works your arm muscles. I'll have a good fourth. I'm just out here peeling around before the heat becomes unbearable. What's up, everyone? It's Saturday, July the 4th, and I am taking care of the worst lawn ever. And that'll be my own. Y'all ever had just that eerie feeling that you just can't stand mowing or taking care of your own lawn? You want to pay somebody else to come out and do it. I don't know why. This is just my least favorite yard to take care of, and it's always the one that I deal with on the last straw basis. Like, I'll look at things and be like, I'll get it later. Later will eventually come. It may be a month, 2 months later, but eventually I get to it. So, as you can see here, I'm trimming up the muscadine tree, aka to a lot of people, a bullet tree. This tree does very well every other year. Last year it did so-so. This year already looking at the vines, and it has a good little bit of muscadine already taking shape. So hopefully here in the next few weeks or so, I'll be able to come out here and get me a couple bags of muscadine straight off the tree. That's how I grew up eating them. I would watch my granddad and other old heads come out, go straight to the vine, pop one in, spit the seeds out. That's just country living. But anyways, you might be curious as to what tool I'm using here to get this tree shaped up. I usually shape this tree up once or twice in the growing season, just because the vines kind of extend right where we park our vehicles at, and that's kind of aggravating because once you know you got that sweet spot in your yard that you like parking in, that's just where you like to put your car at for the end of the day or end of the week or whatever. So I usually shape it up, getting it looking a little bit good, not taking too much off, and letting it continue to do its thing. These vines, I can assure you, in the next few weeks, after we get some more rain, they're gonna be back out like they ain't even been touched. But this is a Cenex tool. This is a Cenex hedge trimmer. I recently acquired these a few months ago, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think there's no other trimmer that I want to use. It's battery powered, it's lightweight, very reliable, and straight out of the box it went to work, and I was very impressed. So check them out. You can Google them, Cenex tools, or wherever you may shop at to get your tools. I know a lot of people buy things from Amazon, eBay, wherever. I recommend the Cenex brand if you're looking for good quality, reliable, and I'd actually say affordable tools to use. The thing I like about this muscadine bush is that they're a very low maintenance plant. Once they're established and ready to go, they're pretty much, that's it. One thing you want to keep in mind is that they love the full sunlight. This tree right here has nothing really blocking any sunlight from it. You want to make sure you prune them though every year, as you see me doing here. I usually get about 2 or 3 good prunes out of this plant a year per season. And one thing pruning does is it helps increase the airflow throughout the plant. It keeps the vines healthy, and it usually leads to a better fruit. I'm removing all of these excess vines today so that the plant doesn't have to put any more excess energy into pushing those vines here and there and everywhere in each direction, instead of making sure all of the other energy that it needs to use goes into producing the fruit. The healthy muscadine tree should produce fruits every year. You shouldn't see a drop off from year to year like I used to think personally was a part of how the plant operates, but that's not the case. If you see a good production of fruit one year and then the following year you see a lack in fruit, that's just because you didn't keep up with good maintenance techniques. So you always again want to make sure that your pruning is up to par. Watch plenty of YouTube videos on how to do it. This one is one. You want to make sure that the vines aren't being stressed out. And you want to make sure, I know it's something we personally can't control, but it's in a good weather atmosphere. In my area here in South Carolina, y'all know how it goes if you live here and areas that surround it. We get pop-up thunderstorms and plenty of sunlight all throughout the summer. So the weather is one thing that plays a key factor every day in it. And if you make sure you follow your half of it, which is pruning and making sure that the vines aren't stressed out, you will get a good fall, early fall, late summer producing plant. So I can't wait. Mine usually produces the purple looking muscadines, and I'll go right there and grab me a handful right off the tree and go to eating them.
Yo.
This is the Spanish dagger for everyone who doesn't know exactly what type of plant this is. This plant has been around in my yard ever since I was a kid, and let me tell you what, I give them all of the space and respect that they deserve. These plants right here, kind of sorta, depending on what you like about your yard, gives you that tropical desert look. And these plants have a history for being used for certain things back in the day. One of them is like a cordona rope. You can look that up. I'll have a picture of it here also at the end. But this plant was used for several different things back in the day. These plants, again, like I said, they like to produce in the summertime. And what stands them out the most is when they're getting ready to produce new leaves, they give off a very pretty white flower that goes up these brown stalks that you see me removing. But I'll tell you one thing for sure, and throughout this video right here, those sharp, sword-like, sticky leaves, I want nothing to do with them. The only reason I'm checking this right here right now is because I got tired of looking at the dead leaves in it and the dead stems, so I cleaned it up as much as I can. Doing some research on it, I know at the bottom, as you see all of those other brown leaves, you take care of those as well, just neatening it up from the ground up. But me, I'm just doing a little bit because I don't like nothing to do with this plant if I don't have to deal with it for a long period of time. I can tell you what, the Spanish dagger is one of those plants that the nature lovers, if you going out taking pictures of stuff and you don't pay attention while you're backing up or maybe trying to find a good spot to take a better angle of a photo of something, and you back into one of these, it's gonna say hello with a very, very unfriendly poke, and it'll draw blood. So even some of your thickest pieces of clothing items that you're wearing, these right here go right on through them. So if you are curious or want to have a deserty look or a tropical coastline look in your yard, you know, if you're getting ready to have a new property that you're about to put a home on or something, the Spanish Dagger, something tough, tolerable, requires low maintenance. The only thing I can say is what I've been told about these plants is you want to make sure you take care of them while they're small, because once they get overgrown like this one here in this video, it's a pain in the tail to take care of them. But anyways, I'm gonna let this video play out. If y'all want to know anything else about the Spanish Daggers, just feel free to look them up. Like I said, I give them respect. These were planted here by my grandparents way before I was old enough to even realize exactly what they were.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the conclusion. Thanks again for spending the time here on Simple Gus 802. I am trying to get this content out in a timely manner, and I want to say just at the end of this video that I appreciate all of the comments and feedback. Again, I always say that, and I try to get back to all my comments. Again, I try to go through them on Saturdays and Sundays. So sometimes if I don't reply right away to your comment or whatever, I don't really like the format of the YouTube studio on my phone, and I don't have a personal computer, so it takes time to go through the phone and actually go through each individual comment, clicking it, going to the next, so forth and so on. So I see your comments, I'm trying to get back to them, and sometimes, I just hope that you're not taking any offense at all, and I haven't gotten back to a message or a comment on my YouTube channel. But stay tuned, the channel's gonna have a few more videos coming out here as the days go by. But y'all be safe. Thanks again.
tell a friend, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I haven't said that in a while, but I just feel like I'm just going to shoot my shot again with saying it. And return to see the next video that'll be coming up in the next coming days. Simple Cuz 802, I'm out of here. Peace.
Yeah.